Good morning. Okay, let's go ahead and start section 5.4. We're almost done. We just have 2 more sections, and then we'll be ready to take the chapter synopsis, aka the chapter review, and then take a quiz and move on to chapter 6. All right, so these 2 next lessons, 5.4 and 5.5, are kind of science lessons. So we're going to take another look at an application of proportions found in God's creation. When a gas is forced into a smaller volume, it exerts more pressure. The smaller the volume, the greater the pressure the gas exerts. The greater the volume, the less pressure the gas exerts. After all, the gas molecules then would have a larger volume in which to float around. Since this relationship is so constant, we can set up a proportion comparing the pressure and volume of the same gas at 2 different times, assuming the gas's temperature doesn't change. The pressure and volume at the first measurement will relate to the final pressure and volume of the next measurement like this. P over 1 to P over 2 equals V2 over V1. P1 over P2. I don't know if I said that right. Now, these numbers that you see down here are called subscript numbers. Okay, in this formula, the 1s stand for the pressure and volume of the gas at the first measurement. Pressure and volume of the first. The 2s then stand for the pressure and the volume at the second measurement. Okay, the subscripts 1 and 2 differentiate which pressure and volume we mean, the first one or the second one. That's all that means. Okay, it makes you kind of look like you're doing something really smart, doesn't it? All right, so we can solve. Now it's just left up to proportion. So here's just an example. If a toy balloon contains 2.5 quarts of gas, that's the first, and exerts a pressure of 1 atmosphere, to what size will it shrink if its pressure changes to 5 atmospheres, which is P2, assuming the temperature stays the same? What do we know? Well, we've been told our initial volume is 2.5 quarts, and our initial pressure is 1 atmosphere. We want to know the final volume, V2, if the pressure changes to 5. So just plug in your numbers. Remember this formula right here. Okay, you just plug in your numbers where they go, cross multiply, and simplify. Do the problem. Ta-da, we have our answer. So it's just a matter of knowing which numbers to put where. Okay, so I'm not going to read you the keeping perspective, but I read through it, and I would hope that you might want to read it. So let's look at our worksheet. Now, you're going to be able to use your calculator, I think, on most of these. And this worksheet, there's only 6 problems on the front, all going over with proportions. You know how to do the calculations. The only thing you need to know now is what goes where. And they in A and B, which is the volume and pressure, they tell you what is what. So you just plug in your numbers where they belong and do the equation. Okay, there's nothing else that needs to be done. Now the second page, you have similar figures, so you're going to be doing proportion to this one, and then a time and a distance proportion here. Okay, now, and I do want you to do the skill sharpening. This is going to do what it says. It's going to keep your skills sharp. So again, I'm not going to help you on it because it's just working through it. It's just knowing where to put the numbers in your formulas, okay? You can always go back and look on page 429 and 430 and have those formulas if you don't have them out and ready. But for the most part, I think they give them to you. So if you need any help, please let me know. I will not grade this page, but I do want to see it, okay? All right, that's all for today.
Yeah!